So how about Brevin Jordan getting selected here by the Houston Texans? I'm surprised he fell this far. Dare I say, the Houston Texans made a very good draft pick here in the 5th round. And listen, they need some players, right? With getting a 5th round pick, they don't have their first 2 round picks, obviously. So they need some players, and they also took a flyer on a quarterback in the 3rd. And so getting a guy who I think has starter potential, I'm shocked that he fell this far. I had him as a 2nd round tight end. I thought he might go in the 2nd round. I thought that he was going to go in the 2nd round, or at least the 3rd. So him not even going in the 4th, surprising to me. But I think that there's a lot of talent here, and he's an incredible athlete. And listen, the Texans don't necessarily need a tight end. It's not their biggest position of need whatsoever. I mean, they have Jordan Atkins, who, certainly had his moments. Ryan Izzo was even, he's fine. He's a depth guy, whatever. But, it's not like they desperately were saying we need a tight end in this draft. It's more of he's a player who can start. Let's get a player who can start with this pick and try to, make up for not having some of the draft not having some of the draft capital. Jesus, made a lot of videos. Okay, it's getting hard to talk now, but they don't have the draft capital, so they go out and they get a guy who could potentially end up looking like a 2nd round pick or even a 1st round pick type talent. It'll probably take a year to develop because he's a tight end, but that's kind of the luxury of being a rebuilding team. You can take guys who will take a minute. That's Jordan, and I like this pick a lot. Let's get into the film study, talk about why I like him as a player. Let's just jump into it. So we'll start off with this play. It's going to be a blocking play, and honestly, that's a huge part of what makes him so successful is his blocking. And it's not just him, being able to go to the side and block a safety or something. He can legitimately block linebackers. He can block defensive linemen. At least he could in college. And while who knows how well that'll translate to the NFL, I think it's fair to say that it at least is a promising sign. On this play, he will be blocking a defensive tackle for Florida State, and this is a 4th down and 1. So again, to kind of show just the confidence they have, is they are going to have him be a primary blocker on this play. They're going to run to that side of the field. This is a Wildcat, so it's not like there's a throwing option here. This is going to, in a big way, rely on Jordan's ability to block. And watch this block. I mean, he's able to get his left hand over and just completely shove 16 from Florida State to the side like that. Just an incredible block right there. And that's kind of what he's bringing to the table to some degree. His blocking is really ferocious. Like this one's another example. He's not going to, again, block a defensive lineman right here. At least I believe that's a defensive lineman. Sometimes I get a little confused because, the college numbers, I like the NFL numbers where they have to be a certain number. I always know if you're a linebacker or a lineman. So it might be a linebacker who's just playing on the line. But either way, really just take a look at the block. Watch him get his hands in between on the shoulder pads right there and just shove him completely out of the way. I mean, he completely blocked him all the way down the field. That's a high quality block right there. So the issue could kind of be maybe, weight-wise, he's not exactly giant. 6'3", 245 is, 6'3" is a little bit smaller, but, the weight definitely makes up for it. However, his blocking ability is clearly very good, and he has the strength there as well. And he can also do stuff like this. On this one, I'll be honest, this is kind of how a lot of his yards came, was this sort of him not necessarily being like an incredible route runner against zone coverage or something, or against man coverage, excuse me. A lot of it was just him being able to, do some fun things in zone and kind of pick up the yards that are there, but still, there's a lot of value there. And what I mean is, it's zone coverage. He's just running a route over to the right side of the screen, and it's just going to, be a quick pass to him, and he picks up as many yards that are there. Watch, right when this play starts, that's what he does. He goes underneath, and at this point, this play has been completely blown up. Florida State's defenders doing a really good job at not allowing him to have much room to run. So this is not a great situation right here for Jordan. But obviously, I wouldn't be showing this play if he just got immediately tackled. Watch him cut back to the inside and watch him fight, too, to pick up that 1st down. So good footwork and good toughness. You like to see both of those things. So he can absolutely be a factor in the receiving game. He really can. This play is going to be another example of just him being successful in the receiving game. And this time, it's him doing what I said is not exactly what he's known for. While I want to be clear, yes, a lot of his yards did come from, just him sitting down in zone, which, again, that's where a lot of tight ends' yards are just going to come from in general. And it's not like he was a statistical monster anyways, although I don't care about stats when it comes to college. There's no data to me that proves that stats mean anything, so I just don't care. But what's going to happen on this play is it is man coverage, and you see the route he's running on the screen. So, goal line situation and 3rd down and goal. Very big play. But watch what he's going to do here. He makes a nice little move, fakes those going to the inside, gets to the outside, and is able to make a pretty athletic catch as well. So it's something he can do. Will that work at the NFL level? Well, not as well as it works in college, of course. But to some degree, yes. To some degree, it will work. You will be able to have some success being able to run routes and get open just with the skill set that he has in that regard. One more play. I want to show this one now. So it's going to be a quick, it's a tight end screen. So they're going to throw it to Jordan. He's the guy he's not blocking on this one. He's just going to take the catch behind the line of scrimmage. You have a wide receiver go out and block. And most people are maybe a little bit confused by this, because why wouldn't you just have the receiver step back, take the catch, and have Jordan run out and block, right? Wouldn't that make more sense? Because Jordan is this incredible blocking tight end. But the reality is, it's not just blocking that he can do. One comparison that this is kind of a bit of an odd comparison, but he's almost like a Kyle Juszczyk type in a little bit, where he's more of a tight end than Juszczyk is. Juszczyk is a pure fullback, but Jordan can play fullback, and he can just do the other stuff. He can be a good enough receiver that means that you can put him out wide, and then he can go out wide and block, stuff like that. And this play is going to be just an incredible example of that. Watch, once this play starts, takes the catch, runs out, and you're thinking, wow, Jackson, this was not impressive whatsoever. What are you talking about? No, that's not what you're thinking. You're, of course, thinking, okay, yeah, he's going to find a way to make a move here. So what's he going to do? Just run over the smaller defensive back? That makes some sense. Is he going to sort of make a move, cut to the inside? I already showed that he can cut well. Well, he's going to do something that's a bit more obscure, maybe doesn't translate to the NFL level as much, but a lot more fun. Watch him leap over that defensive back and dives for the end zone for what was, I'm not actually sure if that was ended up ruled a touchdown. I think it might have been out just before the touchdown, but it was very close if it wasn't a touchdown. And more than anything, just shows his athleticism, which is why I'm bringing it up. He's an incredible athlete, and he can make some quality plays. And while I don't know if that'll translate, it is kind of nice to just have someone who can just make a play here and there, and that's what Jordan can do. I do like his blocking more than his receiving and his other stuff, but he has the other stuff to get him on the field and really let him thrive with his blocking. So yeah, that's what I think of this move. Let me know, what do you guys think of this pick? What do you think of Jordan in general? Do you like this player? Do you dislike the player? Do you like the pick? Do you dislike the pick? Let me know in the comments below. I always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.